The signal arrived on a quiet Tuesday afternoon. At first, the massive radio telescopes at SETI thought it was just another cosmic background noise. But Dr. Marcus Zhang knew better. After 20 years of searching for extraterrestrial intelligence, he recognized the mathematical precision hidden within the seemingly random pulses. "Director Reynolds, you need to see this," Marcus called, his fingers flying across the holographic interface. The signal's pattern was unlike anything humanity had ever encountered, a complex series of prime numbers arranged in a three-dimensional matrix. Within hours, the Orbital Defense Command's hidden quantum computers had decoded the message, coordinates for a meeting point just beyond Mars' orbit. What the aliens didn't know was that humanity had long since surpassed the primitive radio technology they were using to communicate. Admiral Jessica Kane stood on the bridge of the EDS Hyperion, Earth's most advanced vessel, currently phase-shifted into quantum space, invisible to conventional sensors. Her crew watched as a massive ship emerged from faster-than-light travel, its bioorganic hull gleaming with an otherworldly iridescence. "Atmospheric analysis confirms, sir," Lieutenant Rivera reported. "The vessel's environment matches our predictions, methane-based atmosphere, extreme pressure. Definitely not compatible with Earth life." The alien ship broadcasted its message in simple radio waves, "To the primitive species of Sol 3, we are the Varaxian Collective. Your world has been chosen for evaluation. Prepare for inspection." Kane allowed herself a small smile. The Hyperion's quantum sensors were already mapping every detail of the alien vessel, while the ship's AI compiled a complete analysis of their technology level. The Varaxians were advanced by most standards, but their arrogance had made them sloppy. "Let's give them what they expect," Kane ordered. "Launch the decoy fleet." A small group of deliberately outdated ships emerged from behind Mars, their fusion drives and electromagnetic shields exactly what a primitive species should possess. The Earth delegation, led by Dr. Zhang, would play their part perfectly, wide-eyed explorers making first contact. Meanwhile, the real Earth fleet waited in quantum space, weapons primed. Humanity had learned its lessons well during the centuries of war and peace that led to its unification. Never reveal your true strength. Never underestimate a potential enemy. And always have a contingency plan. As Dr. Zhang's shuttle approached the Varaxian vessel, he transmitted exactly the right mix of awe and nervous excitement. "This is Earth vessel Prometheus requesting docking permission. We come in peace." The Varaxian response came quickly, "Permission granted, primitive ones. Prepare to be evaluated." Admiral Kane watched the proceedings through quantum space, her ship's systems recording everything. "And so it begins," she muttered. "Let's hope they prove to be friends rather than enemies. But if they're not..." She left the thought unfinished, knowing her crew understood. Humanity had spent generations preparing for this moment, hiding its true capabilities behind a carefully constructed mask of technological inferiority. The game of deception had begun. Earth would play its part as the primitive species, while quietly assessing these Varaxians. And if they proved hostile, well, humanity had long since learned how to deal with threats to its existence. The real question wasn't whether Earth could defend itself, that had been assured decades ago. The question was whether these aliens would be wise enough to look past their own assumptions and recognize that not all civilizations advertise their true capabilities. In the vast darkness of space, appearances could be deceiving, and humanity had become masters of deception. The Varaxian High Counselor, Vexthor, towered over Dr. Zhang and his delegation in the meeting chamber. Its crystalline exoskeleton refracted light in hypnotic patterns, while secondary arms gestured in what the Earth team's xenologists interpreted as expressions of superiority. "Your species shows potential," Vexthor announced through the translation matrix. "Though your technological development is crude, we sense an underlying cleverness that might prove useful to the collective." Dr. Zhang maintained his carefully crafted expression of grateful humility. Behind him, Dr. Maya Patel pretended to struggle with a primitive tablet computer, while actually using its quantum-encrypted systems to analyze every molecule of the Varaxian ship's architecture. "We are honored by your assessment," Zhang replied, bowing slightly. "Earth would be grateful for any guidance your advanced civilization might offer." In quantum space, Admiral Kane watched the proceedings with growing concern. The Hyperion sensors had detected a subtle shift in the Varaxian ship's energy patterns. They were scanning Earth's solar system far more thoroughly than a simple evaluation would require. "Lieutenant Rivera, analysis of their scan patterns?" "They're focusing on our resource deposits, Admiral. Rare earth elements, fissile materials, water ice. Their interest seems colonial in nature." Kane nodded grimly. Humanity had seen this pattern before in its own history. Resource-hungry empires rarely came in peace, no matter how benevolent their initial approach might seem. Back in the meeting chamber, Vexthor was making an announcement. "The collective has decided to establish a permanent advisory presence in your system. For your own protection and development, of course. We will begin constructing a base on your moon within one planetary rotation." Dr. Zhang's team exchanged perfectly rehearsed looks of confusion and concern. "But, our moon has great cultural significance," Zhang protested meekly. "Perhaps another location." "The decision is made," Vexthor interrupted. "Resistance would be unwise. We have observed your military capabilities. They are insufficient to oppose our will." Admiral Kane received the transmission from Zhang's quantum-encrypted comm unit. "Time to escalate to Phase 2, she ordered. "Deploy the lunar defense grid. Let's see how they react to a small demonstration." As the Varaxians began moving their ship toward Earth's moon, they detected something unusual. Their scans showed strange energy fluctuations in the lunar surface, nothing their technology could properly analyze, but definitely artificial. "High Counselor," a Varaxian technician called out. "We're detecting anomalous readings from the primitive satellite. They appear to be..." The tech never finished his sentence. A series of quantum-shifted platforms emerged from hiding spots across the lunar surface, each revealing what appeared to be primitive but functional defensive weaponry. Nothing that could truly threaten a Varaxian warship, but enough to make them pause. "You did not inform us of these defensive installations," Vexthor accused, its crystalline form flickering with colors that indicated anger. Zhang adopted an expression of embarrassment. We thought they were obvious. They're leftover technology from our early space age. Mostly non-functional now, but we maintain them for historical purposes." The lie was perfect, exactly what a primitive species might say to save face while backing down from a superior force. The Varaxian scans confirmed the weapons were based on simple fusion technology, matching Earth's apparent development level. What their scans couldn't detect were the quantum phase generators hidden within each platform, ready to shift the entire lunar defense grid into its true configuration at a moment's notice. The primitive weapons were merely a facade, concealing technology that could reduce a Varaxian warship to its constituent atoms in microseconds. In quantum space, Admiral Kane watched the Varaxians carefully consider their options. "They're testing us," she murmured. "Let's see if they're wise enough to recognize the warning for what it is." After several tense moments, Vexthor spoke again. "Perhaps, we were hasty in our plans for lunar settlement. The collective will consider alternative locations for our advisory presence." Dr. Zhang bowed deeply. "We are grateful for your understanding, High Counselor. Earth looks forward to a long and peaceful relationship with the collective." As the Earth delegation returned to their shuttle, Maya Patel's quantum sensors detected a surge of encrypted communications from the Varaxian vessel to distant points in space. They were calling for reinforcements. "Admiral," she transmitted through her quantum comm, "I don't think they're taking the hint." "No," Kane replied, watching more energy signatures bloom across her tactical display. "But they're about to learn a very important lesson about appearances, and reality." 3 days after the lunar confrontation, the Varaxian reinforcements arrived. 12 warships materialized at the edge of the solar system, their bioorganic hulls forming a precise attack formation. Admiral Kane watched from the quantum-shifted bridge of the Hyperion as her tactical display tracked their approach. "They're not even trying to hide their intentions anymore," Lieutenant Rivera noted, monitoring the energy signatures. "Multiple weapon systems charging on all vessels. The Voraxian fleet's primary communication array activated, broadcasting on all frequencies." High Counselor Vexthor's voice echoed through space. "People of Earth, your deception has been noted. Our scans have detected trace quantum signatures around your moon. You possess technology beyond your apparent development level. Submit to immediate occupation and technology transfer, or face extinction." In the United Earth Defense Council chamber beneath Mount Fuji, Dr. Zhang stood before the assembled leaders. "They've discovered part of our quantum signature, but not its full extent. Their scans can only detect the echoes of our technology, not its true nature." Council President Amara Okafor's hologram flickered as she addressed the chamber. "How much time before they reach weapons range?" 40 minutes, Admiral Kane's quantum projection replied. "But we have a more immediate concern. They're broadcasting a signal toward Earth's core. Some kind of resonance pattern." The ground trembled beneath the council chamber. Across the globe, seismic stations recorded unprecedented activities. The Voraxians had discovered Earth's greatest secret, and greatest vulnerability. "They know about the builders," Dr. Patel announced, her face pale. "Somehow they detected the quantum machinery left in Earth's core by the ancient alien civilization that uplifted humanity." President Okafor's expression hardened. "Then we have no choice. Admiral Kane, execute Protocol Omega. Dr. Zhang, activate the builder defense grid." Deep beneath Earth's surface, machinery that had lain dormant for millennia hummed to life. The quantum technology gifted to humanity by the long-vanished builders began to awaken, responding to codes passed down through generations of secret guardians. In space, the Voraxian fleet advanced confidently. Their scans had revealed what they thought was humanity's one advantage, the quantum-enhanced lunar defenses. They believed themselves prepared for any primitive adaptation of builder technology. They weren't ready for what happened next. The quantum fabric of space itself seemed to ripple as Earth's true defensive grid activated. Hundreds of platforms phased into normal space, each carrying weapons that made the lunar defenses look like children's toys. But more importantly, the quantum machinery in Earth's core began its work. "Attention Voraxian Fleet," Admiral Kane's voice transmitted across all frequencies. "You were correct about one thing, we did inherit technology from the builders. But you severely underestimated how much we've improved upon it." The quantum core of Earth pulsed, sending waves of energy through subspace. The Voraxian ships suddenly found their bioorganic technology failing to respond, their quantum sensors overwhelmed by signals they couldn't begin to comprehend. "Your species isn't the first to try colonizing Earth," Kane continued. "The builders chose humanity for a reason. We were their experiment in controlled technological evolution. They gave us the tools and watched to see what we would do with them. And do you know what we did? The Hyperion shifted into normal space, its true form finally visible. It wasn't just a ship, it was a manifestation of humanity's quantum mastery, a vessel that existed simultaneously in multiple phases of spacetime. We surpassed them," Kane declared. "The builders are gone, but humanity has taken their legacy further than they ever imagined. This is your final warning, leave Earth space immediately, or witness exactly how far we've come." In the council chamber, President Okafor watched the tactical display with grim satisfaction. "Let's hope they're wise enough to take the offer," she said quietly. "I'd hate to have to demonstrate our full capabilities." Dr. Zhang nodded solemnly. "The question is, what happens after they leave? The galaxy will soon know that humanity isn't as primitive as we've pretended to be." "Perhaps," Okafor replied, "it's finally time for humanity to step onto the galactic stage. Not as conquerors or victims, but as guardians of the Builder's legacy. High Counselor Vexthor made the wrong choice. Instead of retreating, the Varaxian fleet launched a full assault on Earth's defense grid. Their bioorganic ships released swarms of quantum-disrupting missiles, designed to destabilize Builder technology. They think they understand quantum mechanics, Admiral Kane observed from the Hyperion's bridge. Time to show them what humanity has achieved in the last 1,000 years. The Hyperion's quantum core pulsed, sending ripples through spacetime. Around Earth, the defense platforms didn't just activate, they transformed. Each platform split into multiple quantum states, existing in several dimensions simultaneously. The Varaxian missiles passed harmlessly through phantom images while the real weapons struck from impossible angles. Dr. Patel's voice crackled through the quantum comm, Builder core is at full power, Admiral. The planetary shield is ready. The surface of Earth shimmed as a quantum barrier materialized, not just protecting the planet but actively processing and absorbing the energy of Varaxian weapons. Each attack only made Earth's defenses stronger. Vexthor's voice betrayed panic, impossible. Your quantum manipulation exceeds Builder specifications by orders of magnitude. The Builders didn't just give us technology, Kane responded, initiating the Hyperion's primary weapon systems. They gave us understanding. While you've been copying their tools, we've been learning their fundamental principles. The Hyperion's quantum cannons fired. Instead of conventional energy beams, they released precisely calculated waves of probability manipulation. 3 Varaxian ships simply ceased to exist, their quantum states collapsed into configurations that couldn't support matter. Last chance, Counselor, Kane offered. Your weapons can't penetrate our shields. Your ships can't match our quantum manipulation. Surrender or retreat. The remaining Varaxian ships launched a desperate counterattack. Their bioorganic hulls began merging, attempting to form a single massive weapon. Energy readings went off the scale as they prepared to release a quantum surge that would tear apart the fabric of spacetime itself. President Okafor's order came swiftly, execute Protocol Terminus. Earth's core pulsed one final time. The quantum machinery left by the Builders synchronized with humanity's improvements, creating a cascading wave of reality manipulation. Space itself seemed to fold around the Varaxian fleet. What you never understood, Kane transmitted, is that the Builders chose Earth for a reason. Our planet sits at a quantum nexus point. Every piece of technology they left here was designed to help us understand and control it. The Varaxian superweapon imploded as spacetime reasserted itself. Their fleet found itself trapped in a quantum bubble, cut off from normal spacetime. Your ships aren't destroyed, Kane explained. They're suspended in a pocket universe. Think of it as a timeout corner. You'll be released when humanity judges you've learned your lesson about attacking supposedly primitive species. In the council chamber, President Okafor surveyed the aftermath. The quantum nexus is stable. Dr. Zhang nodded. The Builder core actually strengthened during the battle. It seems conflict at this level helps attune the quantum machinery to human control. The Builders designed it to evolve with us. And now every spacefaring race will know what we can do, Okafor mused. The age of hiding is over. Not necessarily, Dr. Patel interjected. We could quantum shift the memories of everyone involved, make them forget. No, Kane's hologram interrupted. It's time. The galaxy needs to understand that Earth isn't just another primitive world to be conquered or exploited. We're the inheritors of the Builder legacy, and we take that responsibility seriously. The quantum nexus hummed beneath their feet, reminder that humanity's journey was just beginning. The Builders had chosen well, their students had become masters, ready to face whatever the galaxy might throw at them next. 1 month after the Varaxian incident, representatives from 27 spacefaring civilizations gathered in Earth's quantum-shifted conference dimension. The Council of Soul, as humans called it, had been prepared for centuries, a neutral space where species could meet without fear or ability to harm one another. Admiral Kane stood at the podium, addressing beings of various forms and technologies. Some existed as pure energy, others as crystalline structures or bioorganic compounds. All had come to understand humanity's new role in the galaxy. For millennia, Earth remained hidden, Kane began. We watched as empires rose and fell. We observed as species discovered builder artifacts and misused their power. We waited, learning, growing, understanding the responsibility we'd inherited. The quantum displays showed the galaxy's builder sites, ancient installations that had puzzled alien civilizations for eons. Each pulsed in synchronization with Earth's core, revealing their true nature as nodes in a vast network. The builders weren't just advanced aliens who left us technology, Dr. Zhang explained, joining Kane. They were the universe's first sentient species, and they had a vision. Each builder site was designed to identify and nurture civilizations that could eventually join their network. Earth wasn't their only experiment, but we were the first to fully understand their intention. President Okafor's quantum projection materialized. The builder network isn't a weapon or a power source. It's a communication system, designed to connect species that have evolved beyond warfare and conquest. The Voraxians' attack forced us to reveal ourselves, but perhaps that's for the best. The galaxy is facing threats that no single species can handle alone. The quantum displays shifted, showing dark voids between galaxies, spaces where reality itself seemed to be unraveling. The builders foresaw this, Dr. Patel continued. The universe is destabilizing. Without a network of conscious beings maintaining quantum coherence, reality itself will eventually collapse. That's why they created their network, why they chose Earth as a nexus point. We're not meant to be rulers or conquerors, we're meant to be teachers, guides, helping other species understand and join the network. From their quantum bubble, the Draconian Fleet watched the proceedings. Their sensors could detect the truth now, the vast web of quantum connections stretching across spacetime, the delicate balance that kept reality stable. You'll be released, Kane addressed them directly. Your civilization has potential. The builders left markers in your system too, waiting for you to evolve beyond conquest. When you're ready to join the network, to help maintain the quantum stability of our universe, Earth will welcome you as equals. The assembled alien representatives processed this revelation. Some with anger, others with awe, but all understanding the fundamental truth, humanity's long deception had served a greater purpose. The age of isolation is over, President Okafor declared. Earth extends an invitation to all species ready to join the builder network. Those who still cling to violence and conquest will find us formidable guardians of peace. Those who seek understanding will find us eager teachers. As the conference concluded, Dr. Zhang stood at a quantum viewport, watching the fabric of space-time ripple with newfound harmony. The builder sites across the galaxy pulsed in perfect synchronization, reality itself strengthening as more minds joined the network. Do you think we're ready for this responsibility? He asked Kane. We've been ready for centuries, she replied. That's why we hid, why we waited. Humanity needed to understand power before wielding it. The builders chose well, they saw in us not just the capacity for advancement, but the wisdom to use it properly. The quantum core of Earth hummed beneath them, a constant reminder of their duty to the galaxy and to reality itself. Humanity had emerged from hiding not as conquerors or victims, but as guardians of a legacy greater than any single species. The true test wasn't in winning battles, but in teaching others to move beyond them. The universe itself seemed to acknowledge this moment, as quantum harmonies spread across spacetime, reality strengthening with each new mind that joined the network. Humanity's greatest deception had ended, revealing a truth far more profound than anyone could have imagined.